The Sinclair Show. Disclaimer. The views expressed on The Sinclair Show are those of the host, its guests, and callers, and are not the views of this station, nor its sponsors or affiliates. Any ideas, thoughts, and opinions from the host and others are designed to inspire conversation only. This station holds no responsibility for the validity, accuracy, or inaccuracies of information on this show. All questions, comments, or concerns should be addressed directly to its host, Sinclair Nicholson. The Sinclair Show, coming up next.
Once again, it's on. You're listening to the only morning show when people at 9. That's right. It is the Sinclair Show on WBISLP, Awesome Radio 106.9. It's the hottest station in the Carolinas where we are prime time and the clock says it's 8:01 p.m. I want to thank all of you all who continue to send your mailbag questions and comments to sinclairtalk@outlook.com. Going to continue to address as many as possible each night we're on the air to reach you, the valued listener. The Sinclair Show is interactive. That means you can call in at any time at 252-756-2008 to be a part of the conversation. All right? Now, if you're in the Greenville, North Carolina area and surrounding areas, right now you might be riding in your whip, your car, whatever it is, your horse and buggy, don't matter. Now, if that's the case, two things. First of all, you better be watching out for this tornado watch we dealing with right now. And the second thing is, some of y'all might be pulled up right in front of your house right now saying, Sinclair, I would get out of the car, but I don't know whether to sit in the car or weather the storm because I don't want to miss a minute, a second, an ounce worth of the Sinclair Show. Well, you don't have to. If you got an Android phone, all you got to do is go to your Google App Store and download the Awesome Radio little logo up in there. Next thing you know, when you hit click, let it download, give it a few seconds, poof, it's going to be on your phone coming in every day. Now, maybe some of y'all don't have Android. Maybe some of y'all have the iPhone, iPads, iHeads, whatever you want to call it, Apple heads. Don't worry about it. You too got some options, some options. And those options are, you can go to Safari or Google Chrome and whatever you got up there to get your internet and go to www.wbisawesome.org. Click on the stream and magically we're going to be on your cell phone. And I know some of this for y'all is difficult. Why? Because some of y'all can't talk on your cell phone when you go in the house. Why? Because you've been out here caught creeping. And you done got caught creeping so much that every time you walk in the door, your significant other want to know who you talking to. Why you on the phone? What you doing? I got a solution for you too. Go get that laptop out. Okay? You ain't got no laptop? Psst. All right, don't even worry about it. Check this out. Go to your desktop. You know that big box that's still upstairs that you only get on when you want to get on the internet? That thing. All right? Go get on that. You know the ones, now plug your speakers up to it. Now, I'm talking about them house speakers because I want you, since you ain't got no trust in your house because you've been creeping and they got caught so many times, I want you to go to your internet, type in www.wbisawesome.org, go to the radio station on that's internet. Then all you got to do is click on the streaming, give it a few seconds, and then I want you to turn them speakers up so loud that you annoy everybody in the house. And the first thing that's going to happen is they're going to say, can you put your headphones on?
That's right.
And they're going to say, no, I'm not putting my headphones on. You thought I was creeping. So then you messed up. Now everybody got to listen to the Sinclair Show because that brother be talking about interesting, educational, knowledgeable things, all right? Helping y'all help your lives out. But to some of y'all, even that's not enough. And I be saying to myself, well, what more can a brother do for y'all? This is what I can do. All you got to do is go to Facebook. Stop lying. People, I get the most lies in the world come from when you ask grown folk about being on social media. They be like, I don't have no Facebook account. You know the same place where people be in your DM? That place. Yes. Go to Facebook. And when you get out there on Facebook, all you got to do is type in The Sinclair Show. That's where we at right now. All right. And when you go out there, give it a few seconds. Magically, you're going to see your boy. And right now, you're going to know it's the right place up there because it's going to be a little red heart. And that heart means that I love you all sometimes. But sometimes I don't get down with y'all because y'all be on some ignorance and some foolishness. And I got just about that much string music for that type of ignorance. So you better be down with the team. Now, for my ride or die, say, come on to Facebook. Well, let me talk about the radio first. If you're out there in radio land and you say, Sinclair, you don't never give me a shout out. Well, if you want a shout out, you got to call in 252-756-2008 and tell me who you are and what your little bitty city is. And I help make it happen, right? I'll give you an announcement, a little shout out, a little air high five, make you feel important too. But I do it all the time for my Facebook crew. You know why? Because I can see them. And they be giving me emojis and they be responding and putting in information. So I like to give them a shout out. Now, first thing I'm gonna do is let me go see let me tell y'all who the first person on the list tonight was. My mama. What's going on, mama? You ain't got nothing to do today, so you just listening to your baby boy out here on the internet, huh? Trying to make sure I do the right thing and say the right thing. Yeah, right, gotcha. Then I see my cousin. What's going on? Beverly Key is out there already doing it big. I'm gonna see Beverly about a week from now.
That's right.
Robin Williams, what's going on? You got that pistol blazing? Willis, what's up, my brother? Did y'all catch any fish? Got a little story to tell y'all about some fishing too, about some sellouts in America.
Oh, wow.
Wilhelmina McCall, we are glad to see you. April Gray, the arch nemesis, she's back on. Diane Keys, she got them keys. Valerie Strayhorn Harris. Y'all, Valerie been nice like one time to me. She been a little mean. We got a person up here. Once again, we got somebody who comes on all the time. And I don't know if I can say her name tonight.
Right.
Because sometimes she at work.
That's
so we
right.
just like to say, AG, we see you out there. Show you much love. Ain't trying to get you fired. Yvonne Rouse, what's going on? They tell me my cousin Sam Brown is out here listening on the radio. See, some of y'all got to get in when you fit in. Corey Parks, what's going on, man? She said, AG said, here we go, I'm in a good mood. Robin Williams talking about some bang, bang. Hold up, we better get high right off the case. Camille, you want to say anything to these people while they talking about bang, bang?
Yeah, that sounds good. Good evening, everyone. It is a blessed day to be here. If you are out still riding around, please be careful for these little kids who are out here trying to get to these homes, trying to grab some candy and different things like that. But at the same time, just make sure that you're safe because, again, he did mention or allude to that we're supposed to be having some severe weather later on this evening. So we're going to go on and get our job done so that you guys can enjoy and be safe for the rest of the night.
Now, I told y'all that from now on, I'm going to start bringing y'all a little knowledge on some ignorance or some foolery or just something to set the night off. So let me tell y'all a couple of things. First of all, remember the other night I was telling y'all about this guy, Moses West, who created the brother who created this green water machine that actually sucks in air and draws out water from that and produces clean water. So he's making water from air. Remember I told y'all about that?
You did.
And let me tell y'all what happened. Miss Yisrael. I can't pronounce your name right, but you know I'm looking at you right now. So don't worry, I'm going to give you your props too, even if I say it wrong. Charge it to my head and my understanding. Or spell it out phonetically one time and I ain't going to forget it then. All right, let me tell you what happened. So Moses took one of these machines, not the Moses out the Bible, Moses West, a retired military brother who invented this green machine, like I said, that makes water, purified water out of nothing but air, all right? Some kind of condensation system. But anyway, so he took one down to Flint, Michigan. Because like all of us, he knows that Flint, Michigan is having some drama, right?
True.
So he takes one down there. Less than a week after having it set up, it's been vandalized. Now let me tell y'all where this gets a little tricky. They tried to vandalize it down in Flint to destroy it, to make it seem like it was the people of Flint that did it. But old Moses, not from the Bible, but old Moses said, look, no, this wasn't no amateurs. This wasn't somebody off the block. Because he said that the way that they went in and did the damage to the generator, they drained a few from it and added coolant into areas it wasn't supposed to be in. They messed with the electrical boards. And he said, look, he said, every day I was producing between 1,200 and 2,000 gallons of water that I was giving away. So he suspects, based on his comments, that it is some of these water manufacturers that are getting a little antsy about his product that makes it unnecessary for folks to have to pay for water when he's making all the water they can handle. and giving away for free.
Wow.
So I'm just letting y'all know that's going on, all right? Now, let me tell y'all in my daily report about Mr. Orange himself. Now, I done told y'all about dealing with old Sunny Side Up himself. This brother, now let me tell y'all something. I told y'all more and more, there's a side of me that likes old Orange because he's starting to act more and more like a brother. Every day he's acting more and more like a brother. This is what he did. So Mr. Orange himself, old Pumpkinhead himself, goes up there and he challenges old Nancy Pelosi and the old Democrats. Now remember, I'm an independent, so I can tell y'all what I think at any given time.
Okay.
He challenged them, well, if you really want to impeach me, why don't you take an old official vote, thinking they wasn't going to do it. And he kept taunting them all the way up until today.
Exactly.
And they went on up and marched into the old house today and they took an old vote. Now they're going to tell y'all it was around party lines. Nobody cares. At the end of the day, he challenged them to take a vote on the impeachment inquiry process, which means now everything they have asked him for, he will be forced to turn over legally, because when you start an impeachment inquiry, you are entitled to all kinds of information. All right. Now, what they did in advance was they was getting information just on the strength of being a house and they could subpoena you. So now Mr. Orange himself is sitting up in there talking about, hey, man, I know y'all gonna have my back, talking to his Republican counterparts, right? Let me tell y'all something. With the level of information coming up out of here, I don't know about the quid pro quo, but I heard one person in Congress yesterday say that's just another name for extortion, meaning I give you what you're supposed to have, but you're going to have to give me something in order to get what's already yours, all right?
Right.
So I'm just saying. Let me see. Gwendolyn Dupree, I'm glad to see you. And there's Jay Dizzle. Johnny Dizzle, what's going on, man? So let me tell y'all, Mr. Orange is under the pressure, so I wouldn't advise you all to do anything. Matter of fact, let me say this. If you walking down the street and you happen to see Mr. Orange pass by in a motorcade, don't even wave at him. He ain't trying to play with nobody right now. He got enough pressure on him, and pressure bust pipes. So don't mess with him. Let him handle it the way he handling it, all right?
Right.
And I got one more thing to tell y'all. And this really just hurt me. And I was trying to wait till the suspect got on the internet, but I don't see him. So let me tell y'all about something. Have y'all ever been in a situation, something strange by which you get with, let's say hypothetically, because we want to protect the guilty as well as the innocent in this case. Have you ever had let's say a fishing buddy? It seems like hit dogs will holler. But have you ever had a fishing buddy and you have a conversation with them the night before, and your fishing buddy says to you, hey, I think tomorrow's going to be the perfect day to go fishing. And you said, for real? Now, your fishing buddy might be retired, but let's say you still got a job. You still helping the world out, right? So your fishing buddy says, but I believe tomorrow's our magical day. And you decide after conversing with your fishing buddy that you'll take the day off. You ain't worried about the hours, got all the time in the world. But today it's going to be you and your fishing buddy. And so you take your day off. And maybe hypothetically you got something to do early. Maybe you're going to drop your little dog off at the vet, Let Killer go on in there and get his shots. And then you call up your fishing buddy and you say, hey, fishing buddy, are you ready? And your fishing buddy says, well, I kind of got a little pain in my back and my jaw hurting a little bit. I don't think today is going to be a good day. And you being understanding and caring and compassionate about your fishing buddy, you say, well, hold on. Say less, my great buddy. This is what I want you to do. You get you some rest today and we'll pick another day. I can sleep or do something. What would you all out here in radio land and Facebook land, how would you feel if you called your fishing buddy some 3 or 4 hours later and this underhanded fishing buddy was actually out fishing without you? What would y'all do? Somebody tell me, what would you do if your fishing buddy did you like that? I just want to know. Am I wrong for feeling some kind of way when I took a whole day off to go fishing with my ace #1 fishing buddy, and that dude did me dirty. I'm telling you then, look here. Now I'm going to make it even worse. What if you found out that your fishing buddy was your dad? That's right, people. My own dad, turncoat on me, was down there yesterday throwing lines in the water talking about I ain't catch nothing. And then when I talked to him today, he talking about I ain't sleep well last night. You ain't supposed to. God don't like ugly. That's why you ain't getting no good sleep. I told you I was going to tell on you because these people out here, they my conscience. Now they know that don't never trust his word on going fishing because he going to do you dirty hoping to catch some in advance. But look, I got to take a sponsorship break. We're going to come back and get into some real letters. This is Sinclair Show, WBISLP, Awesome Radio, where fishing ain't promised.
Dr. Jerry Chapman's 5 languages of love is common knowledge to most people.
However, Yvonne, you all up in somebody's business. Throw them back in, huh? Yes, I'm telling y'all, that's how he did me. Dirty. Straight dirty. Let me tell y'all something. Oh, now I'm wrong for that. Y'all can tell all his parishioners out there, all the followers out there talking about I did they pastor dirty. He shouldn't have never played me to the left. His old admin talking about, oh, I got your back, pastor. How could you have a man back who did that to his own baby boy? What's going on, JC? Glad to see you out there. Yes, that's how he did me, people. I can't even trust him no more. If he tell me we're going fishing now, I don't know, people. I done decided I got to get up Saturday morning and go down in the trenches by myself. All right, I got to get back on the radio. Hold tight, Facebook people. You are back on the Sinclair Show, WBISLP, Awesome Radio 106.9, the hottest station in the Carolinas where we're prime time. And people, if you want to know why I got tears in my heart, is because my own daddy stood me up and went fishing behind my back after I took the day off. And when y'all see him, all I want y'all to do is tell him, shame on you. All right? But I see he got some people that still ride with him. See, now I'm going to tell y'all something. That's part of the problem right there. It's part of the problem when you got folks that'll support you even when they know you're wrong.
He's on said take Cheech with you.
Why you bring my dog name out your mouth? You don't know nothing about Cheech like that. But I will bring him down there and let him get to know you a little bit better if that's what you're really talking about. Okay? Yeah, see, somebody said, why he avoiding you? Hey, I don't know. Because I thought I was a good son. Always trying to support him, always calling him up. But I'm telling you, he did me dirty, people. And you know what? Just for that, I'm going to get up about 4:30 Saturday morning, and I'm going deep in the woods, and I'm going to catch me a fish. All right? Let's go and get in the mailbag, act like we got work to do up in here.
Okay, great. Dear Sinclair Show, with today being Halloween and the recent arrest of a man selling THC-infused nerve rope candies, do you think it's time for the parents stop letting their kids go trick-or-treating? Here's the story. Greenville police charged Owen McKinney of Anderson, South Carolina with possession with intent to sell and deliver a Schedule 6 and carrying a concealed weapon.
What's a Schedule 6?
A Schedule 6 is a drug or any drug other than that is prescription that's not included in any of the other schedules, because there's like 5 or 6 other schedules and each drug falls under that.
Oh, all right, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, and marijuana is one of those that falls under that. Okay?
Some of y'all out there with some Schedule 6s.
Okay, the 21-year-old man was arrested on October 24th by the Greenville Regional Drug Task Force in the area of East 1st and Harding Streets, which is over near the ECU area, okay?
Okay.
WITN reported. He was booked into the Pitt County Detention Center and received a $15,000 secure bond.
Okay.
Police say they found 200 THC-infused nerd rope candies.
Nerd. Oh, it sounded like you were saying nerve. I was like, what's a nerve rope?
Nerd candies, okay?
All right.
A handgun and $1,600 in cash.
Okay. He working it out.
Yeah, Sinclair said really risky or worth a reward for a holiday. that has no real value except to allow kids to dress up like the devil and all sorts of evil characters.
Wow.
Sign: Halloween might get your child hooked on drugs. And THC, of course, is tetrahydrocannabinol. That's it, cannabinol.
For all y'all less street pharmacist savvy people, that's the derivative from the weed.
Yes,
apparently,
agent.
ain't they y'all? Apparently, y'all got one of y'all little homies out here who is taking and infusing nerd rope candy. Now, first of all, let me say this. Who in the world even eat nerd rope candy? Is it good?
Well, yeah, it's good. Candy is good for kids. I mean, this is one that's like, I would say it's like a taffy.
So it's popular?
Yeah, it's popular. Yeah, it
Is anybody out here in social media world, have y'all had some nerd rope candy?
Yeah, like I said, it's a taffy form.
Or maybe he wasn't trying to get it to the young people. Maybe it's some of y'all out here, you adults, that was out here trying to get him to hook y'all up for y'all glaucoma with the little THC-laced nerd rope candy.
They were thinking he was going to deliver to some Halloween parties for ECU.
Oh, so he thought they were going to the college.
Yeah, they're more so in line to believe that he was delivering to them for some of these Halloween parties, because that area is known for a lot of parties tonight.
So let me ask you a question. Is it illegal to have THC?
It's illegal to have it in candy. That candy in North Carolina.
I mean, I'm trying to understand because, is that Detective Pamela Black? What's going on, girl? You've been up here about 4-5 times. And did Johnny Key say adult edibles? Are we still in the same space of thought around here?
Yeah,
that man done went left.
Absolutely. You're not supposed to do that.
But I'm just trying to understand, if marijuana is legal in many places.
But not here. He was in Greenville.
But is the THC derivative, is it illegal to have that?
Maybe in the quantity that he had it in, yes, it could be.
So 200 pieces of nerd rope candy will get you a $15,000 bond, or did they get him because he had a pistol too?
He could have all of it, but again, he had a bulk of it, so therefore that was a problem.
Well, look here, people. I know some of y'all are out there and you got your little needs and all that, but maybe y'all shouldn't have told your homeboy to come through. Where was he from?
South Carolina.
See, now I can tell you where he probably got a problem at. Transporting across them state lines is a federal charge, probably.
True.
Some of y'all sitting in your house right now wondering what happened to your hookup on nerd rope candy and THC laced. Some of y'all talking about my arthritis been acting up and that was my medicinal reason for wanting it. Well, you probably can get together and get him out on $15,000 bond. He might still be able to hook you up. But like Johnny said, that man got a pistol and drugs, so he got a little issue.
He does.
Now, the word on the street is if somebody get picked up for transporting narcotics, you might not want to be the first 2 people to stop by their house when they get out, because they probably got the cameras on you. I'm just telling you. So if you ask me, do I think it's a problem with that for Halloween? Let me say this, people. I'm not a fan of all this trick-or-treating foolery anyway. Okay, I don't even like the fact about little kids running up to somebody's house, ringing a doorbell, talking about trick or treat. How about you get a trick or slap? How about that? How about y'all keep y'all kids at your house? Why I gotta go to the store and buy some candy? I mean, just run with me on this. Now, I ain't saying I'm trying to take away all of y'all happiness.
You do it when you were a kid?
I don't remember all that. I grew up in the country. You ain't going trick or treating. I may have got some at school, but I just want to ask y'all a serious question. It's going to sound funny, but I'm being serious. Why would I go to the store, buy several big bags of multifaceted candy, bring them to my house, put them in a dish that looks something like a pumpkin or some big dish, for you to allow your kids to come to my house to ring the doorbell and to ask me, can you get for free what I just went and paid for, and then send Brooklyn out to somebody else's house for her to ask somebody else for some candy? Why don't I just go to the store, buy Brooke the candy she like, get me the candy I like, everybody is happy? How about that?
Lord.
Why we got to dress up? Why I got to turn into a gargoyle in order to get me a Reese's cup when I can just go buy a Reese's cup?
Oh, gosh.
I ain't trying to rain on y'all parade, but I be using my head. As the older I get, I'm starting to understand it doesn't make logical sense. Now, you can go out there and you can dress up. Some of y'all dress up every day, be looking like Skeletor. It's okay. I'm not knocking how you go out. No, I didn't say it was bad. I'm not knocking them. But I'm still trying to process in my mind, why buy candy to give to somebody else's kid and then send your child out to ask somebody else's parent for candy?
Well, I guess it's just tradition. I believe that's what it is.
So it's lacing nerd ropes with THC. It's a new tradition. It's a new tradition. So all I'm saying to y'all is this. It seems like the world renowned talking about, boy, please. Oh, we ain't on the same page tonight. Since you went fishing without me after you told me we was going on, and then you told me you didn't feel well.
Alrighty.
If I was you, I probably wouldn't need. I'd be on my good side.
Goodness.
See, I'm just saying. That's why you ain't catch no fish anyway. But anyway, yeah, people. So let's think about this. Maybe it is a little dangerous, but the danger is in the way we think. Okay, the danger is absolutely in the way we think. Because I'm not spending no hard-earned money, and I hope it's a piece of, let it not be no candy at the house when I get there. You gone, we at work, somebody ringing, I got the little ring service, right, so I can see every time you ring the doorbell, right? And on my phone blowing up, ding, 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 ding. You know why? Because people out there with their whole families trying to hustle me for some Reese's Cup. That's why you buy the cheap candy. I ain't buying you nothing. Because you ought to stay home. Cook a meal sometime. If you cook a meal for your kids, they'll be full. They ain't got time to be running around the neighborhood. Matter of fact, half of them need to walk anyway. Tell them to go do some real chores, okay? Earn some candy that way. Coming around the house with all that. Pat your pockets. Exactly. Look, people, we got a sponsorship break. The Sinclair Show, WBIS. We'll be back.
Should your church or ministry ever voluntarily record?
You said like Valentine's Day. Now, JCC, you done shot another theory, but I'm glad you brought that up. Maybe we can talk about that as soon as we get back, since you're bringing up another holiday. So you trying to say, JC, we shouldn't be buying no chocolates on Valentine's Day? You're going to have a whole lot of dudes that's going to be riding with you. I guess that means Johnny ain't got to pay nothing on Valentine's Day. No chocolates. Or them little, what's them little candies that people had when they was in school, the little box with the little hearts on them?
Conversation hearts.
They call what?
Conversation hearts.
Is that what they call?
Yes.
The ones with all the little saying, be mine and all that?
Conversation hearts.
I got to look that up. She said they call conversation hearts.
They are.
The ones that, you know, when you was trying to figure out if somebody wanted to holler at you and you...
Okay, you looked it up yet?
No, I'm looking at it.
I'm telling you, it's conversation hearts.
Why am I doing homework? It was a plan. Johnny said it was a plan perpetuated by the man to pay your pockets. Oh, you done turned this into something racial, Johnny? I don't know if I'm going to go down the racial lines with you tonight, but you may have a point. But then we had to look at every holiday like that. I'm just saying. Conversation hearts. Oh, I ain't going to get sidetracked from my J.O.B. You are back on the Sinclair Show, WBISLP, Awesome Radio 106.9, the hottest station in the Carolinas where we're prime time. The clock says it's 8:29. We got to get back in the mailbag, but I see my thought process has got folks out there thinking. And I think next year is going to be a few less kids on your block. Go ahead.
Okay, this next one says, Dear Sinclair Show.
Yes.
I have a story I want to speak about because I think it is a horrible place and I am wondering how anyone can allow it to stay open with the level of abuse that is going on there.
Okay.
I'm talking about the so-called extreme haunted house run by a white man in Lawrence County,
Why'd you have to throw that
Tennessee.
in?
Well, they did. I didn't.
Go ahead.
When I first heard about it, I thought, so what if he has a haunted house? That's just a way to make a little money on the side. This was until I looked at several videos and saw the torture that goes on in this place. They are doing things worse than described in concentration camps. Kicking, slapping, waterboarding, locking and freezing, just a bunch of stuff.
What?
Yeah. They said that nearly 70,000 people have signed a petition to force the police to shut down this so-called business. Sinclair,
What?
shouldn't you all in the media be able to draw attention to this type of place?
Hold on, man.
If they can do this, why is it illegal for a parent to beat their child? If I get my child to sign a release form, does that mean that the teachers in school can kick, punch, and hold him or them underwater? Sinclair, what is your thoughts? And then they added the website is extremehauntedhouseshutdown.com. Look up that. And this is by Daphne. And I did a little bit of research for you so you can go on and know this is a legitimate place. They are requiring, the man is requiring people to sign a 40-page waiver.
What?
You have to be 21 years or older or 18 to 20. You have to have your parental consent. You got to pass a drug test. You got to complete a sports physical. You have to have a doctor's note to stating that you're physically and mentally cleared. You have to pass a background check. You have to have a proof of medical insurance. You have to create a safe word, and you cannot curse. And what you do is, this thing is over 10 hours. You have to be in this place over 10 hours. No one has been able to complete it thus far. Whoever does complete, he is giving them $20,000.
First of all, let me say this. Did you happen to see a video or something?
I did. It's crazy.
So he doing a lot of crazy stuff?
It is.
All right, so first of all, let me say this, people.
It's mentally challenging people.
Is it mentally or physically?
Both.
So there's some physical abuse?
Yeah, and he basically, when you're doing your waiver, he tries to find things that you really are afraid of or some of your fears or whatever, because he uses them in that 10 hours.
But he can hit you?
They do a lot of things in there.
Did you see some hitting?
I've seen blood and everything on this video.
Okay, so then let me say this. First of all, hold on. Let me address one thing before I get into this. Look here, world renowned. There's no reason for you to be out here begging for support from everybody that you know. You were wrong. Or you know how these people can come to your rescue. All you got to do is tell your baby boy, I apologize for going behind your back and going fishing without you. And then maybe my conscience out there, they'll be nice to you. All right? Anyway.
Do your letter.
Let me get back to the letter. First of all, Daphne, I often find myself not providing any insight on something that I don't know nothing about, but I will go in and look at this. But just on the surface, since my crack reporter over here, not literally, since we talking about THC tonight,
thank you.
but the reporter tonight has indicated that she has seen videos of this guy abusing people. Here's the first thing I'm going to say. Did you see any African Americans up there?
I can't recall if I saw African American.
I can tell you, even without looking, the answer is probably no. First of all, if you have to sign a 40-page waiver,
Correct,
to go anywhere, that's going to eliminate most of my people, okay? Because we ain't signing nothing. That's how we got on the boat, signing stuff and agreeing to stuff that's 40 pages long. Nope, not happening. But let's get back to the point. If you're dumb enough to sign a waiver,
well, I can't say that.
that allows someone you don't know to physically beat you up, submerge you underwater, do all kind of crazy stuff to you to cause hurt and pain. Once you sign the waiver, I don't know what you can do for somebody like that. Okay? Now, there is something to be said about what if, hypothetically, a parent had their child to sign a "you can beat me" waiver. Should then they be able to escape the legal system, the justice system? Oh, hold on. She done found it. Go on, take it back. She done found a picture of at least one brother up there getting kicked around. See, people, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all be bringing me stuff, and then when you start talking about what is the media gonna do, I can tell you this part of the media, I ain't seen enough of it to make a conclusion, but if they're not snatching you up and making you do this, if you read a 40-page waiver and you gave somebody permission to beat you up, you're gonna have to take them bruises and them L's on your own. Now, the man is offering y'all $20,000 if you can complete it, and if he's saying he ain't never had to pay, do you know how bad you have to be able to beat a person who is down on their luck to keep them from making it through a 10-hour program? Come on now. He just ain't had the right people come through. Okay? But let me say this. On a more serious note, to law enforcement in that particular area, I will say, if you can make a determination that someone is under duress, because I don't even know how the waiver would work, because we say at any point that a person says no, correct, that no means no. You know how many individuals are incarcerated right now because they was playing some kind of little extra game and somebody said no and then they didn't stop, and next thing you know that something went wrong and then they got mad and you got some silver bracelets on your wrist? So how is it that if there is video of this man doing all these things, I just don't understand it? I'm gonna watch, not because I'm interested in the ghoul and goriness of it, only because I want to make sure that I'm able to provide you all some excellent insight and an opinion on these types of things. But we got to be careful, people. We got to be careful that we're not asking the government to oversee all types of things, because they're not going to stop there. If they can oversee that, then what about they say, well, we're going to oversee what you do with your paycheck, what you do with your farmland, what you do with your animals or whatever. It sounds a little crazy that, how long has this place been in business?
I'll look it up.
All right, so I would say I got to get some more information, but it does sound a little suspect that there's a white guy with a place that, does he charge people to come in?
Sure.
So that he charges you all to let him beat you up, and then if you don't finish the whole thing, you get to nothing. But if you were to finish it and take all the abuse,
yeah, he has tens of thousands of people on the waiting list right now to go through this home.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. I just gotta say this. I gotta say this because I'm that kind of guy. Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid as all outdoors. This man got 10,000 people on a waiting list to come get beat up.
Yeah, and waterboarded.
All you gotta, if you want to get slapped or kicked or punched, you can do one of three things. One, you can go home and say the wrong thing to your mama and she'll give you a dose of a 2-piece. Two, you can not go home on time when you're supposed to be there and you can catch that. Three, you can call the police and act like you tough and they'll give you a little dapper Dan if you would like. Let me see what else you can do. You can go to work tomorrow and you can say something to somebody who's tougher than you and they'll put the paws on you, or drive through the hood. Just drive through the hood and get out with the wrong colors on and you can get jumped on. You don't have to pay nobody. Ain't no waiting list. You can get beat up for free. Y'all stupid. I ain't riding with y'all. We got to take a sponsorship break. Sinclair Show, WBISLP. We be right back.
Attention.
What is it saying? Oh, you got some more stuff to read on? Listen, look here. See? All y'all that want to get beat up, Valerie Strayhorn saying she'll slap you, just give her a few pesos. JC said if she got to tell you twice, you'll get a 2-piece.
Oh, wow.
I think we might potentially be able to start our own little business. Anybody want to go into the slapping business with me? All we need is a business license and a LLC. We can start slapping. Anybody? Oh, this is a quick one. We got to get back on the air. I can't offer y'all no job on the air. You are back on the Sinclair Show, WBISLP, also Radio 106.9, the hottest station in the Carolinas where we're prime time. The clock says it's 8:40 something. We got about 15 minutes left in the bag, chasing out the storm. You got one last thing you want to get on?
Yeah, it was about that situation with that home, okay?
Go ahead.
It says that the owner, he uses loopholes to avoid being arrested for the extreme practices that take place in the home, like getting duct taped around your head, being forced to eat things, and being forced underwater. You know, there have been claims of and reported claims of sexual assault that is happening here, and some people had to seek psychological and medical help after leaving these places. So so therefore, I don't think it's the smartest thing to do. But who am I to tell?
But who works for him?
Well, it did not say as to whom his employees are, but
You saw a couple of them, didn't you?
I'm not. Yeah.
Did they look like they was?
God.
What was that movie from back in the day? People when the folks was up in the mountains. Johnny, think of the name of that movie. You know when they had the dude squealing like a little pig in the mountains.
Oh,
hey, remind me of that. Anyway, going back in the mailbag.
All right, here we go with the next one. Dear Sinclair Show.
What it do, people?
Okay, this is dealing with something different. I follow politics and want to get your view on Representative Katie Hill, who was recently forced to step down when it became public knowledge that she had been having a with someone on her staff.
A tryst. Mm-hmm. You know this got to be one of my Anglo-Saxon homies because we don't even use the word tryst.
My first question is why you think that we have a different standard for men in Congress than women. We hear all the time about congressmen sleeping with everything from the call girls and prostitutes to underage girls, yet they fight it and stay in office.
Wow.
Yet she was pushed out quickly. My next question, do you believe that she put herself in a bad light when she brought up the fact that she is or was in an abusive relationship and that played a role in her decision to have the affair with her subordinate?
Wow, y'all just getting all in her business.
Right. Sinclair, why does it matter if two consenting people decide they want to be in a relationship with each other? Why do Congress people have a standard higher than that of regular people? If they are not using public funds in doing these acts, why is it any of our business? Signed, Stephanie.
Well, Stephanie, first of all, I think I know who you're talking about. It was a little young lady. And I think I remember this might have happened about a week or so ago. And here's the gray area. First of all, I don't know that she stepped down because of the affair. Okay? Let me tell you where the gray area in this is, literally. She was asked the questions a couple of times and lied about it. See, I don't think you necessarily get kicked out of office just because you slept with somebody, because they've already established some protocol in that. All right? But I think that the issue may have come when you are confronted about something a couple of times and you go into denial. Y'all know how they say about old Orange himself, that the thing that gets you is not the act itself, it's when you start the cover-up process. And I think that her lying about it may have been a major factor. Now, if I am correct, and I know I got a pretty decent memory, there was quite a few of males who were caught up in similar situations or had allegations in the last couple of years. Who was the comedian from up in Minnesota? If y'all remember him, somebody let me know. But he stepped down. You know, he was a good guy. He was doing his job. He was effective. It's something about the public's trust. Now, if you ask me personally, do I personally care if she had a tryst, if you will, with somebody that worked for her? Nope, could care less. Okay? Did she open herself up for that type of judgment? Yes. The reason why is because there is absolutely, positively no way that those males, most of them being white, were going to allow the first female that they could prove was doing the same thing that they were doing. It was absolutely no way they wasn't going to put the heat on her. Okay? Because ladies, and let me say this with all level of care so that y'all don't get the pitchforks out, because I've been on the road tonight since I was let down in my fishing expedition. Here's the reality of it. The Me Too movement put a standard in place. By anything that remotely sound like it was negative to a relationship or a woman, that y'all could pull the axe out on them and get them. Because you never imagined that there was going to be some women that could get caught up in the same or similar actions. What you shaking your head for?
She also, some pictures of her were leaked out also.
By who?
Well, I'll find that out. But it was nude pictures of her and her ex-lover. So those also were leaked out. So that was another issue.
Hey, we done seen the first lady of Mr. Orange, his wife herself. She got a bunch of pictures out there of her naked. So it wasn't a naked picture. We done seen naked before. I wholeheartedly believe, to answer your question, that part of the issue is when you dig one grave, dig two. Okay? You all put this out here, and now that we have more women in Congress who are certainly more than qualified for the role, they still human beings. And there is no way that those old silver foxes up in there, those old dudes that been around forever, who done had the pressure put on them by the Me Too movement, the moment that they catch a woman doing the same thing, they gonna ride until the wheels fall off.
So they're alleging that her ex-husband, because they had a nasty divorce, is who leaked these pictures out. Because he wanted to air her dirty laundry.
Hold tight. Let me go ahead and get some false allegations out here out the way. April Brake talking about some say it was because the affair was with another woman.
And it's true. She did have an affair with another woman, but then there was another aide that she
Because this one was about the male aide that she was dealing with.
That was a staffer. Okay, she acknowledged having a relationship with a campaign staffer, and then there was an allegation she had an affair with a congressional aide. Okay, so she admitted that she was with the woman, but they have an allegation about the guy.
Well, let me just say this, people, so I can set all of you all straight. First of all, she was doing the most. She was doing too much to be in that role, especially with the Me Too movement that set the new standard. The new standard is when you get caught with the foolery, you're going down with the ship. It don't matter if you're male or female. And I know some of y'all say, well, that wasn't proper English. So what?
Oh, gosh.
All right, go on to the next level.
Okay, the last one for tonight.
What's that?
All right, Sinclair Show.
Yes.
As a police officer here locally, I appreciate that you appear to be fair when it comes to your coverage of the information.
Appear to be.
Right. There is nothing more disheartening to hear, or to those of us who work to protect communities that we live in, than to hear our name consistently associated with negativity or stating that we are racist.
Okay.
I am curious as to how can the African American community be so filled with hate for us when it is that very community calling us to come to their homes and businesses. I never hear African Americans complain about the thousands of calls we respond to when we have to restrain, contain, then detain family members and or boyfriends or girlfriends who are in a violent state because of domestic issues. Above all, it saddens many of my brethren to hear some of these in community reports that are not accurate. When we hear the news and social media, many paint the picture of us jumping out of the car, putting a gun to someone's back and shooting, or yelling stop while shooting. As a 20-year veteran, I have never seen that occur. Yeah, right. I have seen officers having physical altercations with subjects who do not want to be arrested, so they are in the fight or flight thought. These men and women, regardless of race, are capable of anything because they don't want to do the time.
Okay.
I testify at trials in many cases where parents and loved ones know their child or spouses are doing criminal activities. Many are on their they said three, but it should be third or fourth stint in prison.
Okay.
Yet the families are begging the courts for leniency. Why? So that this career criminal, can get back on the streets and do the same. What about your neighbors? I recently responded to a call where the alleged perpetrator had molested his girlfriend's 13-year-old daughter. Oh my. The daughter had been kicked out of school for selling drugs on campus. Wow. Yet the girlfriend was blaming the daughter because of how she walked around the house and other things. The fact is that when we went to arrest him, everyone was fighting us. And yes, during that process, some might put a little extra sauce on the detainment.
That means put that 2-piece on them.
If the perpetrator is fighting with us and we are trying to gain control of the situation for safety. But knowing that a grown man is sleeping with a 13-year-old child makes you want to perform your job at a higher level. Sinclair,
yes.
Most of us who serve don't defend those who abuse the power and authority we have in our service. But it's very unfair to never hear anything positive we do. And to be clear, it was the jury that gave the gentleman, the career criminal, the 99 years, not the officers who struggled during their arrest. Signed, blue is not a bad color.
Wow. All right, so let me start off, Mr. Blue, because based on your chosen words, I'm assuming that you are probably not of African-American descent because you use the words African-American and some other choice phrases. Let me say this. We can't get past the fact that we got videos popping up on a regular basis of some of our loved ones getting shot. We can't get past some of our loved ones in their homes playing video games with their nephews and nieces getting shot in their own home. We can't get past people getting stopped for speeding tickets, asked to show ID, and when they reach for it, they're getting shot because some of your band and brothers in blue feel some kind of way threatened or scared. We shouldn't die because you have a fear of us because of what we look like or what somebody told you. That's what I'm starting off saying.
Okay.
Because I need you to understand that these aren't people making this stuff up. If you watch the same TV that I watch, it ain't Steven Spielberg popping up with these movies for a particular channel. This is real life people going through it.
Okay.
But let me come to your aid on something else though. I don't disagree with you when you start talking about maybe there is some unfairness to the way that we paint this broad picture. Maybe we do need to do more to talk about the good officers. I got officers in my family. Matter of fact, I got uncles that was career in law enforcement. It may not have been police, but they've been out there for years and years, retired from that service. So I know every officer or law enforcement personnel is not bad. The issue is we don't hear enough of you all speaking up about those in your band when they do something wrong. I don't have a problem if, let me say this, and I hope my African-American homies don't get mad at me. I don't have the problem in the world. If you go to Leroy House and you going to get him because he's suspected of sleeping with a 13-year-old girl, I don't have no problem with you putting, as you say, a little extra sauce on him when you trying to get him, especially if he ain't coming willingly. Okay? Right. I got a problem with the fact that he's still in there because 9 times out of 10, I'm not a fool. I know we in my own community have allowed Leroy to stay in there doing this stuff sometimes.
True.
I don't have a problem if you go to somebody's house because you have been called to go there because they cutting the food. You ain't supposed to actually have to put your life on the line when somebody called you for help and you get there and people want to fight with you. I agree with you 100%. I would much rather if you get to somebody's house and they start acting a fool because you trying to take their drunk husband away or they wife that's out here and now she feeling some kind of way so she trying to stab him or cut him up. I would much rather you get back in your mobile and drive off. Let them handle it themselves. Send the coroner to pick them up if they want to kill each other. Okay? I don't mind you doing that because you want to get home to your family just like everybody else do.
That's right.
Now, let me say this because I ain't got but a minute left. Let me say this, people. If you want law enforcement to come to your house and act a certain kind of way, why don't you be acting a certain kind of way when they get there? It ain't no easy job to have to go deal with foolish people. Some of y'all can't manage your own kids in your own home. And then you mad when somebody else comes there and they feeling some kind of way. No, we shouldn't be getting killed for stupid stuff, but they shouldn't get killed for it either. They shouldn't have to go home and have been assaulted at work because you picked up the phone to call them because your son, your daughter, your husband, your wife was getting geeked up in the back room and now they think they Superman and ISIS at the same time and they got to run try to catch your little naked uncle from running around in the street with a knife in his hand. But you don't want them to do nothing to him. You catch him then. Stop calling the police for your ignorance. You getting high with him, but then when he gets high, now you want somebody else to come get him. This is Sinclair Show, WBISLP, Awesome Radio 106.9. We gotta go, but I hit y'all up later. Peace.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington.
I ain't got time for y'all. Y'all doing the most tonight. Got nothing but love for you.